In 7th century Antioch, under the early Islamic governance, there lived a man named Habib. By day, he was a humble carpenter, shaping wood into tools and furniture, contributing to the rhythm of his city. And by night, he devoted himself entirely to his faith, speaking of Christ and offering hope to anyone who would listen. At this time, Antioch had recently shifted from Byzantine control to the Rashidun Caliphate around 637 CE. The city, located near the Orontes River in what is now modern-day Antakya, Turkey, remained one of the major urban centers of the region. Its streets were filled with marketplaces, workshops, churches, and the constant hum of daily life. Local governors, often appointed by the caliph, oversaw the city with troops stationed to maintain order. One such governor, according to tradition, was known for strictly enforcing the caliph's laws, keeping a watchful eye on those who spoke openly about their faith. The city of Antioch was a major Christian center, home to several churches, ranging from large basilicas to smaller community spaces. Worship included liturgical chanting, scripture readings, and Eucharist celebrations, often conducted in Greek or Syriac. Leadership rested with the Patriarch of Antioch, though theological divisions meant that multiple patriarchs existed, one Chalcedonian, aligned with Byzantine authority, and one non-Chalcedonian, Syriac Orthodox. Local churches were led by bishops, presbyters, and deacons who guided the community, administered sacraments, and provided pastoral care. Under early Islamic rule, these leaders maintained religious life while navigating the authority of Muslim governors, who could impose taxes or intervene if Christian practices drew attention. The authorities, wary of his influence, pressured him to renounce his faith. But Habib remained steadfast, refusing to betray his convictions. His courage, ordinary in his daily life, became extraordinary in the face of danger. Historical sources suggest that under the early caliphs, like Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab, local governors had considerable autonomy, and punishments for dissent could be harsh. While Christian communities were generally allowed to continue their worship, those who actively encouraged others to follow Christ, as Habib did, could be singled out. The city's residents would have been aware of rumors about harsh penalties, public trials, or even executions for those deemed too influential or defiant. Eventually, Habib was arrested. The precise details of his death are lost to history, yet the legacy of his faith and bravery endures. Church tradition holds that he was executed within Antioch, though the exact location, whether in a public square, near the city gates, or elsewhere, is unknown. Over the centuries, legends about Habib appeared not only in Christian writings, but also in other cultural stories, sometimes diverging in details or emphasizing different aspects of his life. Despite these variations, the version passed down by our church ancestors frames his arrest and death as a testament to his unwavering faith. Some accounts even suggest that the guards themselves, moved by his courage, treated him with a degree of respect unusual for the time. His story has survived centuries as a testament to the quiet but profound ways a single person can live and die for what they believe. Even today, Habib is remembered not just as a historical figure, but as a symbol of courage. The city he lived in, once a Byzantine stronghold and then an Islamic center of governance, still carries the echoes of the era in its architecture and culture. Shops and marketplaces, winding streets, and the ancient city walls all whisper stories of those turbulent times, grounding Habib's life and sacrifice in a very real place and period. When we hear Habib's story, we're reminded that faith has never been a path without cost. From the earliest centuries onward, countless believers have carried their devotion through danger and uncertainty, standing firm when everything around them urged silence or retreat. Some faced the sword, some faced the cell, some faced exile or the loss of everything they had. Their names are not always remembered, their stories not always recorded, but their devotion shaped the foundation of the Church across every age. Habib stands in their company, one voice among thousands who chose Christ over comfort, conviction over compromise. And in honoring his courage, we honor theirs as well. The known and the forgotten, the ones written in history books and the ones only heaven remembers. Their lives remind us that the cost of faith has never disappeared entirely. In every generation, somewhere in the world, someone bears a cross no one sees. Habib's story invites us to remember them and to reflect on what we ourselves would hold on to if our own trial ever came. Antioch's churches, patriarchs, and local clergy form a vivid backdrop to Habib's story. The combination of Byzantine heritage and Islamic governance created a complex social landscape where faith, politics, and daily life intersected in ways that shaped every citizen's experience. Markets thrived with traders from across the Mediterranean and the Levant, the smell of spices and baked bread mingling in the air, while the calls to prayer and church bells marked the rhythms of life. Habib's courage stood out not only against the political authorities, but also against the backdrop of a city full of ordinary people, quietly negotiating the shifting rules and expectations of their time. Stories of Habib spread far beyond Antioch and beyond Christian communities. Some legends tell of miraculous events surrounding his arrest or death, lamps that burned without oil in his cell, witnesses claiming to see a radiant light around him, or accounts of animals refusing to harm him as he walked to his execution. In other traditions, even non-Christian storytellers spoke of a carpenter who defied rulers with unwavering faith, emphasizing his bravery, his wisdom, or his ability to inspire hope in the hopeless. While details differ, and some are likely exaggerations, the persistence of these stories across cultures highlights the universal resonance of his life. A single person standing for belief, integrity, and courage, remembered centuries later as a symbol of hope and moral strength.